You tried to heal your body and it didn't listen. You cut the sugar. You started walking. You drank the water, took the vitamins, went to bed on time, whatever that even means anymore. And still, the fatigue stayed. The brain fog stayed. The inflammation stayed. So you did what most people do. You blamed yourself. Here's the thing nobody tells you. Healing isn't a mood. It's not a reward for effort. It's a biological switch. And most people are flipping it in the wrong order. That's the blind spot. Not because they lack willpower, because they're human. Your body has a repair system built into every single cell you own. It's ancient. It's automatic. And it only turns on under very specific conditions. Conditions almost nobody meets by. Accident. I know. That sounds strange. Stay with me, because this changes everything. Think of your body like a city after a storm. Debris everywhere. Roads blocked. Power lines down. You can't build anything new until the wreckage gets cleared first. Your cells work the same way. Before repair can happen, cleanup has to happen. There's a process for that. A cellular sanitation crew that scientists once thought was just biological garbage disposal. Turns out, it's the master key to healing itself. The Japanese scientist Yoshinori Ohsumi won a Nobel Prize for uncovering exactly how this crew operates. What he found changed the way we understand aging, energy, and disease permanently. Here's what most people completely miss. You can eat perfectly, sleep 8 hours, exercise daily, and still block this repair crew completely without ever knowing it. Because there's one everyday habit, so normal, so socially encouraged, that it shuts the entire system down before it even starts. It's not sugar. It's not stress. It's not even sleep. It's something you've probably done in the last 3 hours. And this is where it gets dark. Because this habit doesn't just pause your healing. It tells your cells, at a molecular level, to stop cleaning up and start storing instead. Every single time you do it. Most people never realize this is happening. Their doctor never mentions it. Their fitness app definitely doesn't track it. But your mitochondria know. Your immune system knows. And it's been quietly working against you. Maybe for years. This was never your fault. You were never given the actual instructions. You were given diet trends and supplement ads and told to trust the process, without anyone explaining what the process actually is. That stops now, because once you understand what this hidden switch is, and how to flip it back in your favor, healing stops feeling like a mystery. It starts feeling like a formula, an 8-step formula, morning to night, each one flipping a different biological switch back on, in the exact order your body actually needs them. The surprising part is, the order matters more than the steps themselves. Get the sequence wrong, and your body fights you. Get it right, and something remarkable happens. Kalia, next type. And your cells stop defending. They start rebuilding. Here's the villain, named precisely chronic, low-grade insulin elevation from constant grazing. The just a small snack pattern most people repeat 12, 14, 16 times a day without noticing. Here's the mechanism. Every time insulin rises, even slightly, it suppresses a cellular pathway called AMPK, your body's energy sensor. AMPK is the switch that tells your cells resources are low, start cleanup. Constant snacking keeps insulin elevated almost permanently, which means AMPK almost never fires, which means your internal cleanup crew, the one Ohsumi discovered, stays benched. All day. Every day. Your body wasn't broken. It was simply never given the silence it needed to start repairing. Here's where it gets counterintuitive. The fix isn't more discipline. It's better sequencing. Step 1. Morning. Delay your first meal by 90 minutes after waking. This keeps morning cortisol, naturally high at sunrise, doing its job of mobilizing energy, instead of competing with a spike in insulin. Step 2. Get 10 minutes of direct sunlight before any screen. This anchors your circadian rhythm, which directly regulates when repair genes switch on tonight. Step 3. Your first meal should be protein-forward. Eggs, Greek yogurt, or fish. Protein blunts the insulin spike carbohydrates cause alone. Step 4. Midday. Walk for 10 minutes immediately after lunch. Muscle contraction pulls glucose out of your blood without needing insulin at all, giving AMPK room to breathe. Step 5. Stop eating at least 3 hours before bed. This is the single biggest lever for autophagy, your nightly cellular cleanup, because insulin must fall low enough for the process to even begin. Step 6. Evening. Magnesium glycinate, not melatonin, supports the deep sleep stages where growth hormone peaks and repair accelerates. Step 7. Keep your bedroom below 68 degrees. Core temperature drop is a direct trigger for deeper, more repair-rich sleep cycles. Step 8. Go to bed at the same time, even on weekends. Circadian consistency is what allows every other step to compound instead of resetting to 0. Here's what changes everything. None of these steps work in isolation. They stack. Sunlight primes your rhythm. Your rhythm times your insulin. Your insulin controls your autophagy. Your autophagy determines how fast you actually heal. Miss one step, and the chain still works, just slower. Do all 8, in order, and your body stops firefighting and starts rebuilding, cell by cell, night by night. This was never about trying harder. It was about finally working with the system you were born with, instead of against it. And here's the part nobody talks about. There's a 9th switch, hiding in something even more common than snacking, that quietly controls how long your cells can keep repairing before they simply stop. You've done everything right, and your cells still hit a wall, because there's a hidden countdown running inside every one of them right now. And almost nothing you eat or skip fixes it. Here's the thing nobody tells you. Repair isn't infinite. Every time a cell divides, cleans up, rebuilds, it uses up a little bit of its future. There's a limit, a real, measurable one. And one everyday habit, more common than snacking, more common than sugar, quietly burns through that limit faster than almost anything else. I know. That sounds strange. Stay with me, because this is the part that matters. Picture the end of a shoelace, that little plastic cap keeping the threads from fraying. Your DNA has something almost identical, a protective cap at the end of every chromosome. Scientists call it a telomere. Every time your cells divide to repair damage, that cap gets a little shorter. Eventually, it gets too short, and the cell stops repairing altogether. It just sits there, aged, inflamed, doing nothing useful anymore. The biologist, Elizabeth Blackburn, won a Nobel Prize for discovering this, and for finding something even more important. Here's what most people completely miss. The rate at which that cap shortens isn't fixed. It's not just genetics. It responds, in real time, to something you feel almost every single day. Not food, not exercise, not sleep. Something quieter. Something you've been taught to just push through. And this is where it gets dark. Because this one everyday state doesn't just make you feel bad, it sends a direct chemical signal that tells your cells to stop protecting that cap and start shortening it faster. Most people never realize this is happening because it doesn't feel like a health problem. It feels like Tuesday. Your immune cells feel it first, then your energy, then, over years, everything else. This was never a discipline problem. You were never told that this state has a biological cost, one that compounds silently, for decades, while you assume you're just busy or stressed or getting older. Here's the critical thing to understand. Once you know what this state actually is, and how briefly, deliberately interrupting it each day can slow this entire countdown. The wall you've been hitting stops feeling permanent. It starts feeling reversible. There's a specific window, just minutes long, where your body can partially undo the damage this state causes. Most people never use it. Not because it's hard, because nobody ever told them it existed. The surprising part is, the fix takes less time than scrolling your phone before bed.